Celluloid Psychosis. I am your host, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is my fellow film historian, the very British, the very handsome, the King of Salisbury, Mr. Paul Ashford. What's up, buddy?
I am fantastic, as always, man. Having a good time. Uh, as always, looking forward to discussing this movie. I've had a good week, man. Work's been good. I always put me on the spot. I should really think about stuff that I've done in the week. Um, but I know my Arrow order is on its way. It should be coming tomorrow. That is the stuff in 4K. I did order Zombie Flesh Eaters too, but that must have been delayed for some reason. But yeah, man, having a good week. Been doing bits and bobs. Oh, that's what I did. The weekend just gone. I assisted my girlfriend with a photo shoot for her new album, which just came out a couple of weeks ago.
Banger.
She is in a band called Niederrad 16. They've just released their second album called Fates, Fetes, available on Bandcamp. Shameless plug.
Very
But yeah, had a good time, man. I was just there holding their stuff, looking after their stuff. As we had a photographer doing all the stuff. You can buy the album on Bandcamp, and the physical version is coming later this month. Hence the photo shoot. But yeah, man, we had good pizza. I sent you the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza's always good. And we went to a really cool ghost village on Sunday evening to the coast. It's like an old village from that was evacuated in 1943, so the army could practice targets and bombing and stuff for the war, and it was never reoccupied again. So it just sits there abandoned to this day. But certain weekends and certain times of the year you can go and visit. So we went and had a look, and it was very cool. That was my week. How about you?
Man, work. Last week we did a community event, and I was out there, promoting firearms safety and education, stuff like that. It was fun. I did 2 days of that in the sweltering heat, but it was cool to see all the people and, of course, see some familiar faces from my political life. Cool stuff. Ordered the Ghoulies 3 Blu-ray from Vestron just so I can get my, the jollies out of seeing my name on the back. Paul and I have been scouring YouTube this week, listening to people review our commentary, which so far has been positive all around. That means give us more. Of course, we got the talent, folks. Just give us the opportunity. Firearm accessories, just slanging them, all that stuff. But I haven't really ordered a lot of physical media, I think. What did I say? I got Boss Yacht in 4K last time. Not really a big thing. Maybe Friday I might order some. I definitely want to get Pee-wee's Christmas special.
Oh.
And the Kino Lorber has Graveyard Shift.
Stephen King one? Or the other
yes, the Stephen King one. And I'm pretty keen on that movie. So definitely something I want to look into. And speaking of movies I'm keen on, this week's pick, that is your pick.
Yeah.
What movie is that, Paul?
It is 1988 Black Roses, a.k.a. Freak Show. It was renamed Freak Show in certain European territories, especially Germany. This is the German Blu-ray. Black Roses, directed by John Fasano. I hope I said that right. Who also directed another heavy metal classic, Rock and Roll Nightmare. He did that the year before this one. That is the kind of infamous movie starring Four, the heavy metal singer. He also did another heavy metal horror film, which name I forget. But he kind of went into writing not long after this, and he's done some heavy hitters. He did stuff like he wrote Universal Soldier: The Return, another 48 Hours, and he was even did a script for Alien 3, which was unused. But no, he's done a lot of credits. This guy, very sadly, passed away 10 years ago to this week. Bizarrely or creepily, scarily, from heart failure, I believe it was. So very sad. Obviously a very talented guy, because this film very, very entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very entertaining. I've watched it only one time before,
Hmm.
and then rewatched it, of course, for the podcast, and just reminded of how truly special and wild and wacky and how awful this movie is. And I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to talk about it because it's exactly what you want.
Hmm.
So I feel like I have Rock and Roll Nightmare. Whenever you were talking about it, I was
Yeah.
remind me. I was like, I swear to God, I've seen this. Or, like I have that movie.
Rock and Roll Nightmare is the one that everyone talks about, really.
Yeah, because this one
'Cause that,
doesn't get talked about a lot. Maybe
no, not at all.
it not having a U.S. release, I'm pretty sure affects that.
Yeah, yeah. There's been no Blu-ray outside of Germany, as far as I'm aware, or Austria, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's absolutely crying out for a good release. Absolutely crying. I mean, the release I've got here is pretty cool. It's a lovely Amore hard. What do they call it? Hard box. The Germans call it.
Das Germans.
Das Germans. Yeah, it's a decent transfer, to be fair. But being German, they don't really put many extras on there. I guess a lot of extras are always English speaking. This has got the trailer. It's got a Cannes promo on there, but really it's just clips of the film stuck together. It's nothing too exciting. It's got a trailer show and stuff like that of other stuff. But yeah, no nice Vinegar Syndrome deep cut extras. I mean, this film is definitely crying out for Vinegar Syndrome. Arrow, well, maybe not Arrow. They might not touch it, but someone.
This is Vincent all over it.
Yeah, exactly. It's.
I don't think they did Rock and Roll Nightmare, so maybe a double feature. Because remember they did Murder Rock.
Yeah.
With a double feature.
Lucio Fulci.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely crying out for a good Blu-ray release. This one, or just jump straight to 4K. Why not?
Yeah, that's how we do things.
Yeah, there was a special edition German one which came with the CD soundtrack.
Oh,
and as we'll talk about, this film has got a decent soundtrack. So that
bangers.
Yeah.
So who stars in this thing?
So it's starring John Martin as Matthew Morehouse, aka Mr. Morehouse. He is the
Morehouse or Whorehouse? Because in the notes you said Whorehouse.
I had something else in my mind, maybe. Morehouse, I'm really certain that is. Ken Swafford as the Mayor Farnsworth. Sal Viviano as Damien. He is like the main singer, the lead singer of Black Roses. Frank Dietz as Johnny Pratt, and Julie Adams as Mrs. Miller. So it's not a known cast at all. There is a couple of faces you recognise in there, right? In this film.
Not really. John Martin kind of looked like a discount Tom Selleck to me.
Yeah. There was a singer, wasn't there? The drummer of Black Roses. Didn't you say he
Carmine? Oh yes, it's Carmine Appice. He is the drummer from King Cobra. He also played drums on Paul Stanley's 1978 solo album.
Ooh.
He played drums for Ozzy Osbourne during the Bark at the Moon era. Ted Nugent, Stanley Clarke, Pink Floyd. He's recorded artists with, such like that. He has solo projects. He did with Jeff Beck. He's done stuff with Rod Stewart. I don't know if you've ever heard or watched the movie Iron Eagle. He played drums in the theme song for that.
Oh,
Never say die, Iron Eagle. You know that one? Great one. Yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
But he's like in the background here, just kind of doing Carmine Appice stuff, like holding the good guy while he gets his ass beat, or playing drums that aren't necessarily go with the song. The whole thing is just rad.
And we do get a bit of a cameo from one of the guys from The Sopranos has a small part in this as well.
Pussy Bumpin' Sarah shows up and gets sucked into a clock.
No, it's the speaker.
The speaker, that's right.
Yeah. Probably one of the best scenes in the film, to be fair.
He literally isn't in the movie at all, and then just
shows up. He has, jumping ahead, but he has maybe the best line in the film. Do you remember what he says to his son?
No, what's the one line in there?
So it's just before he gets killed, he comes
out. Oh, the earring thing.
Yeah. I guess we can't really repeat it because that word's not used.
Might be offensive, slightly offensive. We would
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
put a disclaimer at the beginning of the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I wouldn't want to say it. I don't want to get cancelled.
Watch the movie to
Yeah,
hear offensive things.
it's a very 80s. Fine to say in the 80s, no, can't say it nowadays, unfortunately. But it's funny if you take it in context as coming from
We
the
say
80s.
that after I said big pussy, but
Yeah.
that's the character's name on The Sopranos.
Yep.
Context, guys.
Also worth noting, this film was written by Cindy
Mm-hmm.
Cirelli, who was actually John Fasano's wife.
Boom.
So yeah, that was cool. So shall I read out the plot for this film?
Oh, please,
This
Paul.
comes direct from the back of the UK VHS rental,
Oh,
which I have or did have. I can actually find it before this show, but I
you can find
definitely
it.
have it. That's the first time I ever watched this film was on UK VHS. So,
Mm.
when the sleepy town of Mill Basin is invaded by a sleazy band of hard rockers, the self-righteous townspeople try to stop their concert series. Parents and teachers are pitted against each other as the parents' frantic phobias about the band seem to override all common sense. Only high school teacher Matthew is keeping an open mind. And when the band finally overcome parental objections and perform in Mill Basin, he is the only one who recognizes the music's sinister effect on the kids.
So, can we talk about like the themes just right off the bat?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like some satanic panic things going on here, also mixed with like some MPAA/censorship stuff, which would have
Yeah.
been going on right at the height of this film's release. I know
Mm-hmm.
music was trying to be heavily censored at this time, movies as well. Of course, Paul's very familiar with what they call it over there,
Video
video
nasties.
nasties.
Mm-hmm.
So this film definitely plays into that kind of sort of, especially leaning into the music side of things. But you get to see these parents kind of actively rebelling in the name of Christ in certain
Yep.
scenes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very satanic panic type stuff. Very interesting. And of course, it ends up being justified in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But this discount Tom Selleck character is just very interesting. Just very creepy, rapey vibes going on with him. And
Yeah,
what do
he's
they
got
call
things
special student or whatever the hell's going on there?
yeah.
But like the whole, like I said, the whole themes of like these parents and the town really pushing back against this band playing here. And now, so the whole point of this movie, and like, this is the first time this band's ever played, right?
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
the hell's the beginning of the movie then?
Yeah, I mean, it starts off. It's almost like a music video, isn't it? It's them actually doing a gig in full
But
on.
like, there's the problem is there's almost like there's a story, because like at first I was like, oh, is this going to loop around to like the ending of the movie, but the
Oh
beginning?
yeah,
No, but no, there's a whole like story like you seem to miss. Like the band's playing, they're in a form of makeup that you don't get to see the rest of the movie, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
band. It's almost like a completely different group of demon people. And then there's a guy outside who's not like entranced by the movie watching it. And then there's a group of dudes who's like, hey, you're the reason this is all happening, and like chases him and shit and like grabs him. And so you're like, what the fuck? And then like the people bust through the door and then we get the title. So like there's like this whole like thing that goes on. And then the movie starts and they're like, oh, this band's only been a studio band and has never played live before.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole movie is like this band's first performance ever. And you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, you read into it a bit more than I did, to be fair.
I did, because, you know, whenever you watch an awful bad movie, you want to look into this. And that's something that was just blatantly ignored.
It's a bit like they shot a really cool music video.
Yeah.
As a promo for the movie. And they're like, actually, we could stick this in the film somewhere. Where is it going to fit? I'd stick it at the start. You know? But yeah, it's a cool video. And the makeup, you said, they're in like they're in their demon form singing. They're actually singing in the demon form. It looks really cool. And it's a badass song as well. It's a really badass song.
It's the world. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the soundtrack, Paul. What are some of the songs on said soundtrack?
Oh, that's funny you mentioned soundtrack, because I've got it right in front of me.
Boom! Right there, pal.
So probably the most prominent song, like you just mentioned, is "Me Against the World."
Oh.
Actually, Lizzie Borden, that one. Mm-hmm. So that's one of my favorites. My other favorite would be "Soldiers of the Night," which it says on here is performed by Black Roses / Marzi, Masi.
Okay.
I think they're the two songs that are repeated most
I
throughout the
like your rendition the best that you performed prior to
film. Not to be repeated, that one.
it.
Soldiers of the night. Yeah. But I mean, you've got King Cobra on here, as you mentioned. Take It Off by King Cobra. Tempest, Street Life Warrior.
Okay.
Hallows Eve, Die. Die. Yeah, so there's some. They're the bands on it. The rest are listed as done by Black Roses, but yeah, they're catchy. They're like catchy
Johnny Rod of
80s.
Wasp came from King Cobra.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, that's cool. That's
Yes.
very cool. But I mean, the songs themselves, they're catchy. They're cool. They're legit songs, aren't they? They're not just like something that someone's thrown together for a movie. They are legit songs.
They're pretty good. They're overplayed. Uh
Yeah, I like them now. There's just those
I
two. I
know.
think
It's just
recently.
they have some really bigger songs and they play them a lot.
Yeah. hmm But it adds to the cheesiness of this film, I think, because that's I guess that's kind of the song that turns them into their demon form and
Mhm.
kills the crowd or certain
And
people in
not
the
they
crowd.
don't kill everybody. Like sometimes they kill people, sometimes they become like slaves to the demonic energy. Like
Uh-huh.
sometimes we get these really funny shots of them turning into zombie people, and it's
like,
just like
like
absurd. Again,
like
let's just talk
rubber
about
zombies.
this entire movie is overacted. Just
hmm
overacted to hell. Every
Every
scene
bit of
is
it.
absolutely just like melodramatic to
hmm
the max. And I
Yeah,
love it personally because it just makes it so much more fun.
yeah.
Uh,
There isn't a boring scene in this at all,
no,
purely because of the acting.
by the time you're at the end and there's a guy beating this weird like monster with a long neck with a tennis racket, you're like, yeah, right on par, pal.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So yeah, I mean, the first time I ever watched this film was on a long time ago on VHS.
yeah.
Had amazing cover art, not the cover art you see now, not in the UK at least. I had actually the monster you talked about, the long necked monster was on the front going like that, and it had the band in the background. It was like a painted image.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to see it on the markets and stuff. I never picked it up straight away, purely because A, I'd never heard of it, and B, it was on like a super cheap video label.
Mm.
And I've been burnt quite a few times by picking up films on labels I'd never heard of, and the films being terrible. But this is one of those rare cases where the film is actually really good, especially as watching it as a kid slash teenager. Um, but yeah, the cover art's completely different on the UK VHS. But that was my first experience of the film, and it had everything I wanted. I was completely surprised by it. It had the music, the amazing creature effects, bit of gore, the funny joke slash overacting, and it's got the girls in it, and obviously there's
All the
boobs and
death
stuff in it.
slash murders are very effective slash funny.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff in it. Like I said, when the Black Roses are singing and they start taking over the crowd, and they turn certain parts of the crowd into like zombie demons. It's just hilarious. They're suddenly turned. It's like a flash, and they're turned into like these rubbery, shrinking zombies. Like puppet. They are literally puppets. Like reminds me of the scene from Indiana Jones and the where they melt at the end. It's a little bit like that, but just in a rubber
Mhm.
puppet form. It's hilarious. And there's some really good effects in this. You've mentioned probably my favorite scene is the just after the earring comment, where when the guy's dad sits down, and he hears music just starts playing from the speaker, and like the record starts turning, the vinyl,
Yeah,
and then
the
it
what is
starts
now
bobbling.
trope to hell.
Yeah, and it kind of
Yeah.
starts bobbling, and you can see like the wax on the
It's
record starts
cool.
bobbling and coming out. It's really cool, and suddenly this
And don't forget
mini,
there's like veins on the speaker and it's
yeah,
pulsating and it's
exactly.
gross.
Uh-huh. And suddenly from out the speaker comes this little mini demon,
Yeah.
which I must say has got a very looks very similar to the mini demon from Demons 2. Like the mouth
Mhm.
is very similar. But it's very cool. Jumps out, attacks the dad, kill eventually like eat puts his giant mouth over his dad's head and then literally drags him through the speaker.
Yes.
And you just get the shadow effect of like the legs dangling as they get sucked into the speaker. It's just brilliant. It's very funny, but also very cool. Um, and there's some really cool monsters in here. That's the little monster highlight for me. But there's like the effects are amazing. Like I said, the video at the start where they're all in like full makeup, as in their demon form, but they're singing, just looks amazing. Just looks so good, and you wouldn't expect this from like a super low budget little film that not many people talk about. And can I talk about the monster at the end when Damien? So Damien's the lead singer, and it's literally right at the end of the film when he kind of transforms into his final form at the big gig they're doing in Mill Basin. And it literally goes full on Guyver. I think it was literally like one of the creatures out of the Guyver movie, or Mutronics, depending on which country you watched it in. He literally turns into this full bodysuit monster, and then just starts flailing. He doesn't really attack. He's like flailing his arms around. I guess there's not too much movement they could do in the suit. Meanwhile, the teacher, Mr. Morehouse, not Whorehouse, is trying to set the he's trying to set the stage on, literally trying to set the whole place on fire, even though it's completely full of the crowd and stuff. He's trying to set it on fire. It's just a crazy, crazy scene at the end. But that kind of what this film is about. It's just crazy rubber-suited monsters, little monsters attacking, badass music, and complete overacting. But it's very, very, very 80s, isn't it? Like, it's all hair metal, lots of mullets on display from the men, and yeah, demonic possession, which is really cool, like satanic panic, as you said. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
I was muted there.
I thought you got possessed. Did you get possessed?
I was possessed.
Yeah, you see, we talk about all the crazy overacting. I mean, to be fair, the only guy that doesn't really overact throughout the film is probably the teacher, Mr. Morehouse. He's like the sensible guy throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
Although, like you said, he does have a bit of a strange relationship with one of the students, who's obviously a lot younger than he is. But it's more, I guess, it's more of she likes him.
Yeah, it's definitely a product of the era, that inappropriate relationship stuff. I mean, that doesn't fly today. I mean, every other day you're reading some creepy shit that a teacher does with a student in the news.
Yeah.
We can't trust the institutions anymore, Paul.
It does play out though, because obviously she kind of her name is Julie, isn't it? Her name's Julie, and she gets possessed because she's become such a massive fan of Black Roses. She kind of gets possessed by them.
Can you blame her?
Yeah, she kind of tries it on with him, doesn't he, Mr. Morehouse, towards the end of the film, and like almost gets her wicked way with him. But she does. There is a good kill scene where her and her friends go back to her friend's dad's house. You know, the old guy who sat on the sofa.
Oh.
And they start. She's like, "Oh, my dad's out of town, or he's not back till the early hours. So I've got nowhere to go." So they start just playing card games randomly with this other girl's dad, and then she goes to bed, and then Jenny suggests, "Oh, let's play strip rummy," I think they say, and you get the classic scene where she starts taking he wins, and she takes her clothes off, sits on his lap topless, and then he's so shocked by it all, he has a heart attack and he's dead. And then there's a really, really funny scene the next day when she's talking to a teacher about it, one of the teachers at school, and he's like, "Oh, to witness a death, it must be really bad," and was shocked in that. And she's like, "Oh, no, it's fine. My mum came home and was more upset that she'd lost a game. I forgot what her mum was doing, actually. Her mum was playing something else. She was at somewhere else until 3 a.m., she said. And then the teacher's like, "Oh, what would you do to relieve all of the sadness and stuff?" She's like, "Oh, I just want to scream." So he opens the window to let her scream, and she pushes him out. You get a slight demon face as she pushes him out the window, and then some snarky comment from her. But it's just funny. It's just really funny, isn't it? I mean, the death scenes. I did list my favorite death scenes. So yeah, death by strip rummy we've mentioned.
Good one.
So you get the main guy, or one of the main guys, who is Johnny Pratt. Mm-hmm. Johnny, so he's the guy that does that speech near the start of the film when the teacher is is trying to talk about that poet, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is just like what's going on in our town." And he gives this little rant about how everyone's against black roses coming to their town. And the next thing you know, he's possessed by him because he's gone to see him live so many times. And you get this little scene where like a demon groupie appears in his bedroom. They have sex. And then the next bit is she disappears from his bed, and he goes out to his dad with a gun and just shoots his dad through the newspaper with the gun. You just get blood splattered everywhere.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. And then you get, I think it's Jenny again, just runs over her mum in her car because she comes home late and her mum's screaming at her on the driveway saying, "Where have you been? Where have you been? You've been at that gig again." And she just reverses over and kills her. And then you get the really weird scene, which I've got to mention. Again, this is right towards the end when the girls are fully taken over by black roses. You get this really random scene in the girl's bedroom. You don't even see her face, where she just goes into her bedroom and then she's got these lit candles, almost like a vigil. Yeah. And she just pulls the top down and just does like a 5-minute massage on her breasts. Do you remember that scene? Of course you remember that scene.
Yes.
And it just goes on. You're like, what the hell is this about? And then she slips the top back up and then cuts to her walking out to her dad. Oh no, it's her stepdad. Sorry, it's her stepdad. And she's like, "Oh, where's your mum tonight?" He goes, and obviously she's all geared up in like metal outfit. And he's like, "Oh, you look very different." And next thing she sits on his lap. You think, oh, you can see where this is going. You know, hot daughter on stepdad's lap. And the next thing she just grabs an ashtray and just smashes him over the head with it until he's dead. So it's weird. It goes from like funny comedy, nudity to like gore and death scenes. It kind of jumps all over the place, which is kind of funny. And then Julie obviously turns into that hilarious long-necked demon after she tries to seduce the teacher, Mr. Morehouse. And it's just out of nowhere. It's funny, but it's like this really bizarre. It's like a little monster, but
but not.
It's like it's obviously puppeteered or something. But yeah, it's got this comically long neck, like an emu or something. And it's really weak as well, isn't it? It's got these really goofy teeth because you start seeing her transform and she's got like a mouthful of teeth, and suddenly she's got this stretched out neck, bald head, and it's just like, what on earth is going on? Have this bizarre fight in the kitchen, don't they? The kitchen of the house.
It's so good. Oh my.
But like I said, that creature made the cover of the UK VHS, bizarrely. So there's just so much going on in this film. I saw some reviewers saying it's boring. I was like, "There's no way is this film boring." You know, the comic overacting, it makes it impossible to make any scene in this film boring. Yeah.
So, Paul, I'm getting word in here from our producers that we got some breaking news. So hold on.
All right. Mm-hmm.
So it looks like tomorrow, it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live again on Project Louder on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch with director Adam Marcus, Michael Felsher, and Deborah Sullivan. We will be discussing Hearts of Darkness, the making of the Final Friday documentary, and we will be announcing the physical media release of that film. It is now an award-winning documentary, and the awards are piling up by the day. I am now a producer of an award-winning documentary. Yeah, pretty cool guy here. Yeah, Anyway, very, very cool, very excited. So if you are interested or involved in said documentary, tune in to Project Louder tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live with Adam Marcus, Michael Felsher, and Deborah Sullivan. Okay, get back to our regular scheduled programming. Paul? Black Roses.
We're back. Yes. Wow, that was me, man. What about you? I've been reading off all my favourite scenes. Obviously, there's the weird devil worship scene.
Okay, so let's talk about the end, okay? Because there's a scene in the end that I just think is just hilarious. So there's a scene where Damien is, it's near the end of the movie. It's kind of the end of the movie. he's on the stage and he's with the rest of the band, and they're not in like demon form or anything; they're just human form.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like all the students are like doing like weird chant shit as he's doing some sort of. Is he singing necessarily? Not really. He's kind of like standing there, like yelling chants, and they're like grabbing his crotch and stuff. So Discount Tom Selleck kind of just walks in. They don't notice him. He walks all the way in, all the way down the aisle to the side of the stage. Nobody notices him. He's there. They show him. They show close-ups of him of these people rubbing his crotch and stuff. And then he grabs this thing of gasoline and just starts dumping it on the stage. Nobody notices that it's standing on stage right there. So all of a sudden, Damien's like, "Yo, stop! Go get him!" And everybody like breaks character, chases him, grabs him, throws him on top of the gasoline, which is never then addressed ever the rest of the movie. It is now he's covered in it because they throw him on the ground where he dumped gasoline. This is established. He's rolling around in it, gets picked up, gets thrown back into the gasoline. Never a thing. Then Damien turns into that giant fucking demon thing, which we've never seen in the movie before up to this point. Absolutely bonkers. And then he beats the living shit out of him. He has like these monkey arm things that just almost like Hellboy's arm, you know? And he just goes flying. And it's just that whole fight sequence at the end is just wild. Like, what is that? And like, how did they not notice him like walking in with a gasoline tank and like dumping it on him? I don't know.
Yeah, no regard for all the.
I mean, I guess it kind of gets addressed later, but like when he like catches everything on fire, but like him being covered in gasoline's never addressed. Like he is covered in gasoline. He's rolling around in it, and then the whole place catches on fire, and he's fine leaving. Am I crazy for mentioning that? Like, they use the gasoline to catch the place on fire, but he's never on fire after like literally being thrown in it like half a dozen times.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, it's like their gig at the start is fine. It all makes sense. It's fine.
And I'm always up for the whole crazy kids killing their parents thing. You know, it's like that one scene from It, but cooler. I
do like the very end scene. So obviously, after all that happens, he defeats the Black Roses and Damien.
Yeah.
The kids get turned back to normal, don't they? They're like normal kids again. But then you get the scene right at the end where they're watching TV. The teacher is, and then suddenly there's an advert for Black Roses, and they're starting a mega tour in New York.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, and you think, oh, it's not over. They must be like invincible. And then obviously the film ends with another badass song on the credits at the end, one of the metal songs. So where's Black Roses 2?
That's true. Maybe it needs to happen.
Yeah,
but like with a modern twist.
That'd
be cool.
Yeah, what they're gonna do? Like stream the music.
Ghost.
Possessed.
Make it about Ghost.
You like Ghost?
I like one song. Not my cup of tea.
Cup of tea. But yeah, what a film. What a film.
Paul, thank you for recommending it. It was definitely worth the rewatch, I think.
Yep. Hopefully now we've talked about it, it'll get like a Vincent release in the next 6 months. Absolutely crying out for a Blu-ray release. I mean, look,
give us a commentary, please.
Yeah. I mean, we finally got Goodies Go to College. How long have people been screaming out for that on a Blu-ray in America? So yeah, who knows? So what would you rate this?
Yeah.
I put 3.5 out of 5. I think that's doing it a bit of a disservice.
It is just because it's one of those good bad movies. You know what I mean?
We're just talking pure entertainment. Yeah, it's a bad movie, but it's also a very good fun entertainment movie. Like I said, it's got a badass soundtrack, heavy metal. It's got rubber monsters in it. It's got like demon creatures. It's got hilarious overacting. It's got boobs. It's got hot girls. On a scale of bad, so bad it's good, it's got to be probably a 4.5 out of 5, if not 5 out of 5 from me.
I'd agree with you. Aside from the absolute glaring issues that I pointed out throughout this review, Fun movie, extremely fun, great effects, especially for the time. You can tell they didn't have a budget, but they did so much with it.
Yeah.
It's wild, it's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's wacky. Those are just some words to describe this.
Yeah.
I wish more people would have heard about this. I don't hear it talked about enough, like Paul has said. Yeah. 4 for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Would you recommend this to anybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyone that listens to this show should watch this for sure.
Okay.
Anyone that likes horror, 80s horror, heavy metal, rock, hair metal, all that stuff, this has got it all. So yeah, and I believe it's on. Is it on Tubi or Shudder? I think it might be on Shudder, or at least it used to be on Shudder. But obviously, yeah, it has got this Blu-ray release in Germany. But you're talking Region B, which that's fine for me, but maybe not for you guys. It is actually on YouTube. There's a few versions of it on YouTube that people have uploaded. If you want to see it for completely free, if it's not on Shudder. But yeah, there's really not talked about. There's really not many reviews out there for this film. Absolutely crying out for Vinegar Syndrome to release it. You get the badass soundtrack. Again, it's well out of print. This is literally from when the film came out. We can see the long-necked demon. Oh, actually, there's the demon from the end, and then there is the hilarious long-necked creature.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. But yeah, highly recommended. Highly recommended.
Somebody should tour as this band. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah. Very cool stuff. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Celluloid Psychosis and this week's review of Black Roses from 1988, or as Paul said, Freak Show?
Yep. AKA Freak Show.
Freak Show. Very, very cool. We will be back next week with more movie news and Blu-ray stuff. And I'll be excited to talk about that, of course. And so will Paul. Paul, thank you, buddy. And if you enjoyed this podcast and want to listen to other ones, just like it, head on over to www.projectlouder.net or anywhere else you consume audio-only content. That includes, but is not limited to, Apple, YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, and all that good stuff. Paul, I'll see you next week. And until then, tally-ho!